So today I'm doing a presentation on the female reproductive system. This is for my medical terminology 2 class, OST 142. So I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to define the female reproductive system, the functions of the system, the structure, the diseases that affects the system, common procedures associated with the female reproductive system, medical terms associated with the female organs. So the female reproductive system is made up of internal organs and external structures. Its function is to enable reproduction of the species. Sexual maturation is the process that this system undergoes in order to carry out its role in the process of pregnancy and birth. The organs of the female system is to produce the egg cells necessary for reproduction. And these organs are called the ova or oocytes. This system is designed to transport the ova to the site of fertilization. Conception is the fertilization of an egg by a sperm, normally, and this normally occurs in the fallopian tubes. So this right here is the structure of the system, the internal structure. So right here we have the vagina, the cervix, the uterus, the ovaries, which those are more familiar names. The ovary, this is where the eggs are produced. The vagina allows birth, menstrual flow, and sexual intercourse. The cervix is what dilates before labor, and this is also where pap smears are done. And the fallopian tube is the pathway for the eggs, and fertilization occurs there. Okay, so this is a picture of the structure of the female reproductive system. This is the external structure of it. So in this picture, there's the clitoris, the vagina, as you all know, the anus. So these are a few things that's located on the external part of the female reproductive system. So I'm going to talk about some diseases that affects the female organ. So a few of the diseases that affects the female organs are gonorrhea. This is a very popular disease and it's an STD and it affects both male and female. So it causes infections of the genitals, the rectum, and the throat. Another disease that I'm going to mention is fibrocystic breast disease. So this disease is an abnormal cystic tissue in the breast. Another disease along those lines are fibroids, and this is another very popular disease that most of us have heard about, and it's benign tumors in the uterine wall. Okay, so I'm going to talk about some common procedures that's associated with the female organ. And one of them are colposcopy. This is just using a magnifying instrument to inspect the interior of the vagina and the entrance of the uterus. Another procedure is episiotomy. So that's a procedure where the perineal area is cut into, and that's the area between the anus and the vagina. And this is done to prevent tearing of tissues when the baby's head traverses in the vaginal opening. So, a few medical terms that's associated with the female reproductive system. There's cervicitis, and that's the inflammation of the cervix. There's also amenorrhea, and that's when there's no menstrual period. And there's also dysmenorrhea, that's when the menstrual cycle it's really painful. And in conclusion, the female reproductive system, it's very important because without the female reproductive system, we will not have babies, we will not be able to carry babies, and we will not be able, there will be no life. So without having females, women, there's essentially no existence of life because the female reproductive system and females, women, are needed to produce life and bring life into this world safely. And that's my presentation on the female reproductive system for OST 142.